Now, I want to start with one of the aspects of our lives where most of us could potentially feel stress, and that's our jobs. These are not all the potential scenarios, but general enough to cover most situations. On your job, you are attempting to do too much at one time. You are given too much to accomplish at one time, or a particular coworker is causing you stress. Now, the first point can be easily conquered by correctly prioritizing what your assignments are in any given day. And think about this for a second. Everything that you have to do within that working day cannot take the position of number one. And what I mean by number one is that it is the most important, because that's how we efficiently get through a working day. Is starting with the things that are starting with the most important and working our way to the least within a given time frame that we have. I think the mistake comes in when we misprioritize certain tasks that we have to do, or we feel as if multiple things can take the place of number one. And that's simply not true. You have to determine, and this may not be easy depending on what it is that you do, but there's truth to this. Everything cannot be number one. If that was the case, there would be no need for any other numbers. Think about that. Everything cannot be number one. It cannot be the most important thing at that time. Because again, understand this. We are working within an amount of time based on the way that we have scheduled our day. So work them from the most important to the least. That will help alleviate most of the stress that you may potentially feel within a given day. Now, the second point is that an immediate supervisor or someone may be delegating more tasks to you than you can actually handle efficiently. That can cause stress. But in that moment, when you feel like there are too many bricks, in that moment when you feel like the bricks are starting to become too heavy, you have to have the courage to stand up for yourself respectfully and humbly. If we are talking to a superior, and take a moment, find a moment as soon as you can to speak to him or her in private and express what you are feeling at this time. And let that person know that I am not working as efficiently as I can because I'm trying to accomplish too much at one time. Now, the third point is some of us can allow coworkers to cause an excess amount of stress in our lives. Now, this point also takes courage because this may be a coworker that has tenure over you, could possibly even be a superior, or someone that may be more knowledgeable within that particular field that you work in. None of those three things really matter because it takes courage for us, again, humbly and respectfully, to make the time, because we don't have time. We make time to speak to this person and again, express your concerns. Because sometimes people don't know that the way that they are communicating with you is stressful to you. Or some of the things that they may say that you feel are a bit off color. They may not be aware of that. And it takes courage. You're going to have to exercise courage to make the time to express to that person that what he or she may be doing. And it may not be all the time. They could be moments. And that's what we want to focus on, those moments. And address that courageously. And I can say more often than not, that person is now going to be able to adjust the way that they communicate with you. Now, the other aspects of our lives, we can follow these same steps to minimize the excessive amount of energy that we may be giving towards the effects of stress. Remember, we're going to feel stress at some point throughout our day, each and every day, because we are human. But again, what we want to avoid is the excessive amount of energy that we are giving towards the effects of stress, because that is where we create prisons. We have to avoid that at all costs. There are far too many people in today's society that are stressed, depressed, anxious, worried, filled with all these negative emotions at a time in human history where collectively we are the most prosperous we have ever been. Technology has propelled us to a place in human history that could have never been thought of decades ago, centuries ago. It would have been unheard of. No one would have believed we would have made it this far. Now, what's really disappointing is that as far as we have come technologically, there appears to be this regression of our mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. But it is up to us. We all have the power to create prisons within our mind, but we also have the power to destroy them. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll be tuned in when I upload new content. It's up to each of us to motivate and inspire someone else. Again, thank you for watching. Bye.